The full-time whistle has just blown here at Twickenham. Players are on the field. Mutual respect, a lot of hugs. The Rugby Championship is over. And the full-time score: Argentina 27, South Africa 29. The Box, the back-to-back world champions, become for the very first time back-to-back Rugby Championship champions. They have retained the title for the very first time. Almost a perfect championship. If they could have bagged the Eden Park record as well, they would have basically achieved everything they set out to, but they have won the tournament. And these are my thoughts immediately following the final whistle. I'm Tim, this is Egg Chasers. Thank you very much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down below. The PA here at Twickenham is really loud, so I hope you can hear me all right. And yeah, I'll give you my thoughts. The fans have been absolutely brilliant. 70,000 people have turned out for a game that, and this is a neutral venue, 70,000 people. That is unreal. It turned out to be a day that was green and gold. New Zealanders, the biggest Argentina fans in the world. But a win was enough. But I tell you what, many takeaways from this. Let me know yours. Let me show you what's going on down there. An Argentina team that lose by 37 points, we're always going to react. I think my prediction was South Africa by 2 scores, maybe around 15 points. It was 2 points in the end, and that speaks to the absolute pride that Argentinians have. I was watching them in the anthem, and yeah, they're a proud nation. They are proud men. But if you can't scrum, you can't win, and that is probably one of the biggest stories of this game, isn't it? Cannot scrum, cannot win. There is the Rugby Championship trophy ready to be lifted by the Box. Might even catch that as I'm recording this. But yeah, I absolutely love scrums in rugby. Actually, to be fair, it was Michael Hooper, the Australian legend, who said in commentary in the game earlier, the set piece is rugby. It is the identity of our sport. The loudest cheer of the day was before a 5-metre scrum in the first half, and it's fundamental to rugby. But what South Africa managed to do with the scrum is elemental. It's elemental what they do. They make it they're like cavemen. It's quite a sight to watch in the flesh. I've seen it, unfortunately, against my team in big games against England. You can't scrum, you can't win. Malcolm Marx looked back to his best. That's a big positive. He's one of the best players in the world, one of the best hookers in the world, and he had an absolutely epic game. And you know what? Championship teams win when they are not at their best, and the Box were not at their best, partly because of the physical onslaught that Argentina, a very proud Argentina, brought. But the Box found a way to win. The scrum, I think, is a big part of that. The psychological confidence it must give you. If you're like an outside back in the Box team and you think, if I knock this on, oh well, we might give the opposition a scrum, but that probably means we're going to get a penalty and be 50 metres further up the field. It's quite something. And the same goes when you look the other way around. Actually, look, is that Bautista Delghi? He had a good game. He looks very happy with himself. He had a good personal match, but he's acknowledging the fans. They gave a good account of themselves today. Yeah, the flip side of that is, if you're an Argentinian player, the fear of, oh God, if I knock this on, we're going to be in trouble. And so in that context, for Argentina to play with the kind of freedom that they did at times, particularly in the first half, before the scrums really got on top, they were managing to get to the edge in a way they didn't last week. They were managing to, their hands was class, and they look really good. Prisciantelli, for a first start in international rugby, and he'd only played, what, 6-7 minutes of international rugby before this, he looks legit. The dam was always going to burst. It did, but actually, Argentina rallied in the second half, and that's to their credit. So many South African fans here. It's one thing, like Argentinian and South African fans get to games early. They're there like 3-4 hours before. I love it. It just makes for a whole day. It's brilliant. So I've had a great time here. we get the full Argentina anthem when you, which I've never seen before. I've never seen in person the full Argentina anthem, because at Rugby World Cups I've seen them, and you get the shortened version. You only get it in Argentina, except when it's a home game away in London. So I absolutely love that. Also, we've seen today the calibration of red and yellow cards for high tackles. Kane and Moody got a yellow in this one. We had Len Ikitau earlier. And like, think about the World Cup final. What got a red card then would never get a red card now. And I'm here for that. I think it's been consistent. A lot of people will complain and going, how come Ikitau only got a yellow, and how come, you know, Moody? But I want to see 15 v 15 as much as possible. The yellow card's a deterrent. Look at the power play that South Africa had today. They just pressed their advantage when Argentina were down a man. Malia was ace on the wing. The speed of the press from South Africa is fantastic. The first 15 minutes, 2/3 possession for Argentina, more than 3-1 tackles South Africa were making. Argentina, they came to play. Peter Steph du Toit, watching that guy in person is amazing. And the little head-to-heads with him and that guy down on the touchline, Marcos Kremer, was just a joy to watch. Brutal physicality. Absolutely loved it. Let's talk about officiating for a second. I'd say this is one of those games that demonstrates why, when decisions don't go for your team in a rugby match, don't call conspiracy, don't moan too much, because the rub of the green will go your way in other games. And there were moments with this one where the rub of the green went for South Africa. And that's the way it goes. It evens itself out. So I would always look at the errors you make as a team rather than focusing on the officials. Kane and Moody, for example, will be a very lucky boy to not get a penalty when it was a knock-on. Not a deliberate knock-on, and I know Julian Montoya was certainly upset with some of the officiating. Maybe Argentinian fans will be. Piardi, the referee, said to Montoya, trust the process. I'd say just trust the fact that it all evens itself out. Sia Khaleesi just about to pick up the trophy. The Springbok players all round the boards. There goes Sia Khaleesi, his 98th Test match. Number 99 will probably be in a few weeks' time against Japan, meaning number 100 could be in Paris. There they are. First time they've ever retained that championship. Deserved winners, they were the better team, absolutely. And at times in this championship, played some unreal rugby. Showed a glimpse of what they're capable of. Today, showed a glimpse of the Bok DNA. Absolute, brutal set piece, pure physicality. There's Sia going over his post-match interview. What a bloke. I would also say Cheslin Colby absolutely loves Argentina. That's 2 weeks, 2 own goals, 2 rugby versions of an own goal. Cheslin's a big Argentina Los Pumas fan. So let's go through the game then. First action, I've already mentioned, yellow card for Moody. Yellow only. I'm good with that. Try for Bautista Delgui. Really good play getting to the edges for Argentina. 7-0. First scrum of the game was a warning for Argentina. Second scrum was an absolute annihilation for Argentina. It led to a penalty from Sasha FM. A man down in defence. South Africa was so intelligent. Just watching them here, they managed to keep with the hard press, even when they were a man down. And that's because Damian Willemse is such a smart rugby player, being able to cover the whole of the backfield on his own, but still have the speed and intelligence to get into the defensive line when Argentina try and go around the edges. Awesome. Really, really clever. Just good quality rugby brains all over the park. Penalty breakdown, 10-3 to Argentina. Carreras knocking it over. One of the biggest cheers of the day was for a scrum pen. Massive noise. Kane and Moody offside. He gave away quite a few pens today. 13-3. Carreras knocks it over. Then the Moody knockdown, which I'll go with the ref's decision. I'm surprised they didn't look at it again. He did have both hands out, but there was separation between the hands, so I've seen that given as a penalty and yellow card in some cases, but I'm okay with it. South Africa had a 5-metre scrum, unreal goal line defence from Argentina. Montoya owning up to pre-engaging early on purpose, and Piardi was smart to that and going, no, we're not doing that. And fair play. That was one of the worries when the free kick from a scrum rule was brought in, that it might be that sort of gamesmanship, but the referees are wise to it, which is good. Try from Reinach, it seemed inevitable. The scrum was so good, led to that try, 13-10 at half-time. And Argentina had done really, really well. And scrum penalty to start the second half, and you thought, here we go, the dam's going to burst. Vivas with a yellow card, high shot. Vivas deserved a red card for his haircut. I'm okay with a yellow card for his shot. Was it on Physicality? I can't remember. Again, I think there's consistency. It's changed from the World Cup 2023 when I think it was just going too much. Too many red cards being dished out. I like where it is now. It's calibrated back down. And then they were going to go for 3, South Africa, but as soon as the yellow card for Vivas, they went for the corner. Malcolm Marks with a try. I did think there was a chance maybe they might have come back for potential obstruction, but I think they just thought the little splinter off the side was part of the same maul. Fair play. Malcolm Marks has been awesome today. He got a turnover soon afterwards. The replacements comes on, same outcome. Scrum, absolute domination. Octopus arms, RG Sneeman is on. Ridiculous offload off the deck to Reinach, who then... Was that another Malcolm Marks try? I think it was. Delgi benefited from the Cheslin Colby own goal. Another one. And it was 20-29. I think Cheslin just wanted to... He's an entertainer, isn't he? And he thought, I can either entertain by scoring a ridiculous try myself, or I'll entertain by making the game interesting. Boxer walking off. Appreciation from the crowd. Argentina, one moment I thought was great was the young man, 20-year-old Thomas Riquetti, getting a scrum penalty against the box. He almost got a turnover as well. He looks promising, that young lad. Iskro, lovely try to finish the game. The result was over, but it made it 27-29. Brilliant occasion. Loads of fans have stuck around. And that is the end of a Rugby Championship. What are your thoughts at the end of that? I think the best team. You see a flag behind there. Let's get the thoughts. Hey, how you doing? What are your thoughts? I think that's all I'm going to get out of these guys. How do you feel?
We are very happy. First the World Cup, now this. We're good. Rugby Championship. Back to back. Let's go, boys.
Back to back. How you doing? How'd you feel?
Come on now,
Boca.
Well done,
Boca. Well done.
Fair play. There you go. Hey, how do you feel?
Oh, we did the job. It wasn't spectacular, but we did the job.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I'm happy to have 2 great teams in my homeland. That was great. Fantastic.
Awesome, man. Thanks for your amazing.
Thank you. I think there you go. That's probably it. The fans that's who I'm going to be with the rest of the day, because they are going to be partying till very, very late here in West London, and I'm here for it. But there you go. Subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one.